Hello friends, I am Chandra and we will be continuing our web development class, and this is our day 2. So in our previous lesson we have seen how to create an HTML file. Now just for a reminder, I will repeat it. Open your text editor, write the code, save it. Now while saving, give it an extension of .html. Now it is saved as an HTML file. Now go to your location and double click on that file. It will open in your browser and that is your HTML web page. Now whenever you change that file, save it, that is click on Ctrl S, go to your browser and reload the tab and you can see the changes. So this is the things that we have seen in our previous lesson. Now today we will look into the code and understand it, and apart from that we will look into some of the HTML tags. Okay, so first of all let us look at our previous code that we have created in our earlier session. So this was the basic code. Now the first line is your HTML type. Now this line tells that whatever code we are writing is in HTML5. If you do not mention this line, that many of the new features will not be included in your web page. Then after this line starts all the tags, HTML tags, and the head tag, that means the first tag is the HTML. All other things will be included within this tag. Then inside this tag we have head tag and the body tag. In the head tag we have title tags, meta information and styling. As of now I have shown you only the title tag, and when we cover the rest things we will see more. Then in the body tag will go all other. So basically our body tag will contain all our contents and other tags surrounding it. Now you can see as of now in our body tag we have the paragraph tag, which signifies that this content will have an paragraph tag, and entire this thing, that means all the content enclosed within a paragraph tag, is termed as element. So this is how our web page looks. Now let's see what we will cover today. Today's our contents are some of HTML tags like paragraph, div, span, breakline, heading, bold, strong, italic, emphasize and underline tag. So let's start. Now go to your HTML file and write this code. Save it and open in your browser and you must see this output. Now when we look at this web page, we can see that the first 3 lines are differently placed than the last 3 lines. In the first 3 lines there is a certain distance above and below the content, while it is not so in this last 3 lines. Now this distance, that is before and after the content, is termed as margin in HTML. So we can say that our first 3 lines are creating margin above and below its content, while these 3 lines are not creating it. Now let's go back to code and understand it. Okay, so our first 3 lines are within paragraph tag and the last 3 lines are within div tag. Now whenever these tags are entered, they itself creates a new block. When we say block, we means that suppose this line is written as a paragraph tag. Now whenever you mention another paragraph tag, then it will go to another line. I will explain it elaborately further. Now go to your code and modify it in this way. Now see, we are writing this 2 lines in a same line. Now let us see our output. Again we got the same output, though we have written these 2 lines in a same line. Now let's see the code. See, in the code we have 2 lines together. Okay, now modify your code a bit and include this span tag. Here also we are writing the things in a different line. And now let's check the output. Now we see the first 3 lines are different, then these are in different line, but this, though we have written it in different line, but these are all appearing in a single line. Now let's understand what's happening here. We can see this paragraph tag and this div tag are creating separate block for each element, while this span tag is not creating any block. So here the paragraph tag and the div tag are called the block elements, and the span tag is called an inline element. Now, as I mentioned in our previous session, that HTML does not consider any white spaces, tabs and enters. Therefore, whatever is written here is not considered these spaces, because the span tag is an inline tag. Now let's modify our code to this. So now you can see that I have included one more tag, br tag, here and here. Now let's check the output. Okay, now we can see that all these three lines are in a different line. That means our inline has been converted to block. Now actually what happening is, here is this, we have a new tag, br tag. This is the break line tag. So wherever you put this break tag, it will go to the new line. So after this span we have a break, so this line will enter into a new line. Then again we have a break, and then again this span tag. So all these three are now different lines. So what we understood is, paragraph and div are the block tags, that means block elements, and your span is an inline element. Now though inline element can be converted into block using break tag, but this is not the correct way. We will learn how to convert the block into inline and inline into block when we will learn the CSS. Okay, now you may think that the paragraph and div tag looks like same, except the margin developed by the paragraph tag. So which one to use where? Now we will understand these things when we develop our web page in further lessons. But to remember one thing is that div and span are used for grouping the elements, while paragraph is not used for such cases. Now what I mean by this is clear when we will go into the CSS part. So now let's move further. Now okay, just one more thing. Edit your web page to this and see the output. Now everything appears in a same line. This is because though div is a block element, but it is blocked to the other elements. That is, whatever you write above div and below this div will be in another block, but the block itself inside is an inline. So suppose you have a div before this div, then that div and this div will be in a different line, but this div itself is an inline. So all these three lines appear in one line like this. Now let's move further. Okay, now again this inline can be converted to different line using the break tag, as I have shown earlier. Now here we have 6 tags, and these are known as the heading tags. Now here we have h1, h2, h3, h4, h5 and h6. Now h1 have the largest font size, whereas h6 has the smallest font size. So the font size decreases as we go from h1 to h6. Now let's see the output. Now you see this was our h1, this was our h2 tag, h3, h4, h5 and h6. So these are the heading tags, and these are basically used to mention the titles or headings. Now here we have several tags. Now go and edit your web page to look like something this. See, here we have used our bold and italic tags. Here we have used strong and emphasized tags, and then we have underline tag. So now let's check the output first. So this is how our web page looks like. You see the bold text, this is the italic one, this is the strong text, this is the emphasized text, and this is the underlined text. Now let's go back to our code. You see our bold, italic, strong, emphasize, underline, all these are inline elements. Why? Because if it had been a block, then after this is the, it could have been on a separate line had it been a block, but bold being inline, it is in the same line. So whatever comes between these bold tags, it will be converted into bold, and whatever comes into between I tag it will be converted into italic. Same goes for strong, emphasize and underline. Now here see we have done good nesting. Inside P we have a strong, inside strong we have a U. Now while closing also, first we will close U, then we will close strong, and then we will close the paragraph tag. So this is nesting, which we will get to learn more. Now you may ask that if bold and strong have same size and italic and emphasis also do the same thing, then which one to use? Actually strong and emphasis are for semantic purpose and bold and italic are just for styling. What I mean is strong and emphasis tags have their meaning when it is built for blind people, as they use screen readers, and screen readers take strong and emphasize in a different way. So this was all our HTML basic tags. Apart from this, we have many other tags which we will continue in other lesson. But one more thing to mention here is that this bold and strong tag give the font weight of 700, and the font weight varies from 100 to 900. And whenever you do not give any tag like this, then these simple tags, these simple contents are actually with a font weight of 400, and when you give it a bold or strong, then they are of 700, and the maximum is 900, with 100 being the smallest. So this was all our HTML tags. If you have any query, then please leave in the comment section, and follow my profile, follow my page for the further lessons. From next lessons also we will be covering some HTML tags. Okay, thank you.